What's up, world? This your boy Tommy Mab, and I came to give you guys my opinion about the whole Crisis on Infinite Earth situation. And part one just popped off yesterday, and I'm gonna be honest, I thought it was crap. I'm not a person who is big into comic books, so I can't say that I actually went and looked up a lot of these things, but it was boring as hell. Like, it made no sense. The acting was horrible. I mean, it had a couple good Easter eggs in it. I mean, the one where it kind of linked to Titans, that was pretty cool. Or it may not have even been to Titans. It might have been to, because some people are saying it was an old clip of Batman of Robin from another show. I don't know. I thought it was cool because I thought it was linked to Titans, and I thought, okay, we might have some crossover there. But other than that, it was really just crap. Like I said, the shoehorning Oliver Queen's daughter into the storyline. I know she's been on and off in Arrow, and I haven't watched Arrow this season. I watched it last season, and I thought she was a piss poor imitation of him. I thought she tried too hard to be cool and to be tough, and just little advice for these people going out to pick these women to play these roles. Who the hell is the casting director? Half of these girls look like they couldn't beat a child in a fist fight, but all of a sudden when they show faces, they look like kids. After, you know, when you see a kid in like preschool or kindergarten, and the teacher says you have to go sit down and you have to stop, or they get angry and they go and they make a mean face. That's what these girls look like half of the time. I don't know who the casting director is, but they're terrible at picking women. Oliver's daughter looked like she couldn't beat a 4-year-old in a fist fight. But I'm supposed to believe she's a badass that's beating up guys twice her size. She has no muscle, and the Batman girl is even worse than she is. But Batman girl looks like an anorexic Justin Bieber, and that's saying something. So I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't know what their obsession is with getting these lily-looking weirdo women to do it. It's like I had a problem last year with that season when they were putting Iris as the speedster. It's like, I'm sorry, I love a thick girl, big booty, nice breasts as much as the next person. But it's kind of hard with her and Felicity, Smoke, the one that, I don't know her name, but the one that plays Felicity Smoke. They're not heavyset women, but they're voluptuous women, which is great, you know what I'm saying, if you're gonna date her. But when you're talking about someone being athletic, it kind of opens that disbelief. It's like, yeah, she's thick. I would love to see her, you know what I'm saying, in lingerie, but I mean, I don't want to see her as a superhero because it doesn't really fit. She doesn't really look like she's athletic, and it's the same thing when I get with these girls. Like, they don't look athletic. They don't look menacing. The one person out of both shows that I look at that I think she looks like she can fight was that one girl, the one Spanish girl off of Arrow. She's the only one that I look at and I think she looks like she can fight. The rest of them look like they couldn't beat a 4 or 5-year-old in a fist fight. Supergirl is the worst. She looks like she couldn't beat, but at least with her, you have the added dimension that she's an alien with extra powers. I mean, with Oliver's daughter, it's like, the hell. She doesn't even have the aid of superpowers. So you have to believe that somehow through training, she learned to be stronger than dudes who train the same way, yet have more testosterone, denser bones, and more muscles. It just, I cannot just. It's like when I was talking about when I did my Mandalorian review. It's like I can't subscribe to that. It's annoying as hell to watch. And the Batman girl also. It's like neither one. I don't care how much training you put someone through. You're not gonna make them stronger than a guy, especially not a guy who went through the same exact training. It blows my mind when they do that. I hate when they do it. It's like make her fight a girl or give her some type of superhuman strength that takes away the disbelief. Because when I'm watching it and I gotta sit there and go, seriously? When I see this girl flipping and throwing dudes 3 times her weight and size, I cannot not go, are you serious? And if that is the case, you have failed. You have failed as a screenwriter because I am clearly aware that I'm watching a fiction art. I'm watching fiction at this point. I'm well aware of it. And then if you, as a screenmaker, if a person's escape from reality gets interrupted because of something you're doing, then you have failed as a writer. Now, am I trying to say you can't make women strong? Yes, but give them some type of something that evens the odds. Give them a weapon. Give them something that makes them that way. Women are not quicker nor faster than men. So you can't. So this whole myth, I love to see this too. When they have these women, and all of a sudden the women are quick. Go do a boxing match between a trained dude and a trained woman, and see how much quicker the woman is because she's smaller. She generally is not quicker. And I know I went on a rant about that, but that blew my mind. I cannot stand that they think they can shoehorn her into Oliver's place and it not be huge because the most experienced and or cynical person in the group is Arrow. So you take him out and you try to replace him with a girl who's kind of like him, but by the same token she doesn't give the same believability that he gives, and because it's a hard enough stretch in itself to believe that Oliver Queen would have any chance in this situation when you got aliens coming in, right? But at least he's not. At least before this, you had a reason for him to be there. Now you can kind of make it make sense. Even though, once again, when I saw him fighting 19 aliens with arrows, like, dude, I love, you know what I'm saying? I love to shoot as well. Why the hell are you shooting at these things when you got guns? Why the hell are you shooting at these things with arrows? And then lo and behold, he has 12 shots. Like, dude, you didn't think that you might need some more arrows than 12 of them when you're going to fight 1,000,000 aliens? It just came off, it's stupid. Like, what the hell was that? Like, oh yeah, I don't have any more arrows. Well, that's real. I mean, I'm so surprised at this point that you don't have more arrows when you could have just brought a gun. Like, is aiming I know aiming is slightly different with a gun, but is it really that big of a deal? If your aim is that good, is it really that big of a deal to bring a gun? A machine gun, something? You're a human being fighting aliens who can fly. But I'm supposed to believe that this guy stood a chance against them because he got trained by a master. So that's hard enough. But then now you want to put a woman who's half his size and half his weight doing the same thing? And I'm supposed to buy it? I feel like it would have been better off just killing both of them off. You know, at least until, you know, it came back and have something where they're brought back. But it's less believable to have them fighting. They're useless. The Batgirl is even more useless. Why is she there? I'm like, why would I go? Okay, out of all the people, they've just stretched out to the Titans universe. Out of all these people we can go get, there's a Batman. There's a freaking. So we're in the DC universe. All these heroes we can go get. We go get Batwoman. Now the Flash, I understand. Supergirl, understand. Superman, understand. Why the hell are we gonna go get Green Arrow and Batwoman? You trying to tell me that we couldn't find nobody with superpowers who can also fight as well? I mean, what are they bringing to the table? This guy's using a weapon from the 1400s, and she's fighting with her bare hands and using somebody else's gadgets that she didn't even create. So she's not even like. Like I said, I can go on. The triple body is they go get 12 Supermans, right? Like, why not just go get 12 Supermans? Why even get a Supergirl to begin with? Just get 12 Supermans, and then now we won. The hell I need Flash for? Oh, I'm gonna go get Flash. He's the one that needs to die. Why the hell you got 12 Superman who just as fast as or fast enough? You trying to tell me you can't just get one of the Supermans to do it? You got 14, you got 100 of those. Just go get 100 Superman, or at least at least it swap 2 of the Batman. I mean the Green Arrow, the 2 of the what was the Green Arrow daughter, Green Arrow, Batwoman. What the hell am I getting them for? Like, well, I just go get more Superwomen and super people. Like, what the hell I'm getting y'all for? You got Martian Manhunter. Oh, we don't need you. We gotta go get Batwoman. Like, why? So that to me makes like, dude, if you're gonna write something, make it make sense, or I'm gonna get stuck in a point in a predicament where I'm like, this shit makes no sense. I didn't read the comics. And as far as I know, Batwoman wasn't even in the comics. So I know they're just trying to shoehorn her and the Green Arrow girl into the multiverse. Another thing I don't like, about this thing, the acting was bad. Because you can tell it seemed rushed. It seemed like they wrote a script and you're trying to mangle a bunch of storylines into one, and it just came off to me. It just seemed more like a mess. But it was just the first episode, and it gave some plot points. I thought the freaking Arrow death scene was woefully undramatic. I mean, if you didn't have the budget to show him fighting, you know what I'm saying? To me, it just came off as like you once again, its ability to suspend disbelief was gone. When I was watching it, I was just like, they obviously didn't have the budget to actually have him fight and die there. So, and they couldn't just have him. They couldn't just have the Monitor come back and say he's dead. So they basically had to bring him back. Obviously, you know that, so he can say his goodbyes. But if you're gonna do that, just have him get shot in the back as he's jumping through the portal or something like that. And I know it's like we're gonna make him go out valiantly, but it seems cheap. It seems cheap when you know the fight scene to begin with was really shitty. Your special effects were not good. You can tell the actors were fighting against nothing, and they kind of CGI the things in later. It just looked bad. And it looked like a show from the 1980s, and so they zoom back and he's just showing up beaten up. His acting was horrible. He did the best he could, but the writing was terrible. With him, I mean, dude, if you could have did this shit, we could have saved you. I mean, he gave like a 2-3 minute, 4-5 minute speech. I don't know an injury that can be sustained that gonna allow you to give a 10-minute speech when you get back and still not. We couldn't have used them 10 minutes to save your life. we bring him back. You know what I'm saying? Does he have any stab wounds on him? Nope. Does he have any? All he got is a bunch of punches. All I saw was a bunch of punches. Face damage. I didn't see any puncture wounds. Maybe I was being overcritical because at this point I was already washing my hands the whole entire thing because it looked like a mess. They spent way too much time on Superman and Lois, who nobody gives a crap about. I'm sorry. People keep saying they like this Superman. I do not know why people like this Superman. I never liked. From the time I saw him, he does not scream Superman to me. He looks like he's short. He looks like he's like 5'7". He's like the same height as Lois. Like every Superman has always been intimidating. They've been tall. Like to me, he didn't seem tall. Maybe he is tall. Maybe it's just the angle. Maybe it's that I don't see him on screen that many. I haven't seen him on screen that many times. But he doesn't seem imposing. He doesn't seem big. The thing about Superman, he was always imposing. He was always big. But this guy doesn't look big nor strapping. He looks like a normal guy, and his acting is bland and boring. He has no personality. He brings no personality to the character. He's like a generic character. He makes Superman the most underwhelming character on the set. You forget Superman is actually there 90% of the time because that's how bad this guy is as Superman. And all these people, because CW can't ever, do anything bad because they created the Arrowverse, so therefore everything they do has to be good. I'm sorry, I am a fan of the Arrowverse, and all the other crossover events before this one, I've always been a fan of. I always thought they were kind of hacky and kind of cartoony, but it was okay. I could stomach it, but this one, I mean, it was bad. To me, it wasn't just bad; it was terrible. And I just did not like it, and maybe they'll build on it going forward, but I didn't like it. And I know I might get a lot of feedback because people love the Arrowverse, and I love the Arrowverse, but I can't thumbs up this. I thought it was crap. So comment, please let me know what you think. And maybe I'm wrong. Tell me all the places I may be wrong. Maybe I'm misinterpreting something. I didn't watch the comics, so I don't know what the reason for Green Arrow being there would be, or any of these people. But like I said before, why the hell wouldn't I just go get 18 Supermans and just end it? Why? Or maybe a Batman, maybe 1 or 2 Batmans. And hell, get Batwoman, Supergirl. It's like the beat. I'm like, oh, this looks like a job for the A-Team. No, we can't afford any of them. Okay, so we're balling on a budget here. Okay, Can we get Catwoman? No, we don't have her either. Okay. How many people would you have to go down before you end up at Kate Kane? How many people down the totem pole would you have to go before you end up with Batwoman and Supergirl? Wonder Woman? No, we can't get her. She has previous engagements. Okay. How about this? Green Arrow. It's like I get it. They took on the Crisis in Infinite Earth storyline in the comic book, but they don't have the license to like 90% of the big people. Green Lantern, Batman, they don't really have rights to any of those characters because they're CW. They really only have rights to a bunch of B characters, so they have to do the best that they can. But don't make it like we had to choose the greatest in the universe and we landed on U7. Say shit like, oh, we really couldn't afford the other one, so you guys were the only guys we could get out. At least that would be believable. But ain't nobody believing in a freaking universe with Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, Martian Manhunter. We get all these superheroes. We gonna go get Batwoman, Green Arrow, and his daughter. Like, come on, like really? And the one we gonna choose to be Harbinger and the Pariah is a washed up scientist and the boyfriend of Arrow's homeboy. Like, I mean, to me, it's like they keep trying to. They keep marketing this thing like it's the center of the universe when it's really just a bunch of B players. I mean, even Flash is an A character, but he's a B character in comparison to the big guys, the Aquamans, you know what I mean, the Aquamans, the Wonder Womans, the Supermans, the Batman. Like, so you cannot put it to something like you guys are the greatest of us. It's like, we know you're not the greatest of us. We know you're just the guys that that CW can afford. So can we just do that? Can we just find a way that those guys couldn't come? Well, you make a storyline where we say, okay, you were the only guys we could get to. All those other universes got broke with Wonder Woman and all these guys, so we really only could focus on this one universe. You know what I mean? Like, give us a reason for why you would choose Green Arrow, his daughter, and Batwoman. I mean, at least the Flash has a purpose. He's at least fast. Now, once he catches you, I don't know what the hell he's going to do. Because unless he's building up momentum, I mean, how his punch is going to be just like anybody else's punch. So I don't really see how he fights an alien. Supergirl is good, but if I can have the choice out of You just said they already put into the plot that you can get 12 Supermans. So why the hell would I get one Supergirl? I would not need one. I mean, and if I could get 12 Supermans, why wouldn't I just get 12 of everybody else as well? It's like, it's like Superman was the only one they had rights to, so they just overdid it because they realized they couldn't bring in Green Lantern. You know what I'm saying? They got Martian Manhunter, but I guess he was not useful to the to the ratings, so they really didn't give a shit that he was the most powerful one out of all of them. So we just gonna go with Supergirl. I'm sorry, I just don't buy it. I will be watching the second one, even though the first one sucked ass to me. It really was just horribly written and like I said, the storyline was all over the place. Didn't make a lot of sense. Where's everybody else? Is Iris them? Did they just leave and grab Barry and everybody else died? I just don't. I mean, I am confused as to what's going on. He said 3 billion people made it out. To where? Where did they go? So you trying to tell me right now there is almost like 20, 30 billion people on one planet? You get what I mean? It makes no sense. I'm sorry. I feel like it feels like they're trying to find ways to make their characters more important, but their characters really aren't that important. Just tell a good story, and then people really won't care. That's what they did a good job of doing that in all the other crossovers. But I know Fox has Batman, so they can't really. So people keep saying that that Conroy, whatever his name is going to be Batman, but they can only infer that he's Batman. They can't actually call him Batman. They can call him Bruce, but they can't. I don't even know if they can really call him Bruce Wayne. But I do know. But I think they can call him Bruce Wayne. You think you're gonna be seeing this guy in a Batman outfit? You're crazy. They don't own the rights to Batman, so you're not gonna see Batman. You're gonna see old guy who they're gonna try to act like can't play Batman. And so I feel like it was ambitious for them to tackle the Crisis on Infinite Earth thing, but I just don't feel like they have the pieces to pull it off. It's unbelievable. Unless, like I said, unless you get like they're trying with like the 12 Supermans, but at some point it's like it runs into the argument of why wouldn't you just get as many Supermans as you can get. And why would you waste any time getting any of these other people and not just get like 12 Supermans? Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Because if you can get that Superman, you can get like 20 other ones. And why get Flash and Green Arrow? I mean, anyways, I'm going in circles. But that's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Please comment. Let me know what you think. Subscribe if you like it. All right. Peace.